Morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Coffee Beanery's Sip and Share. I'm Patty, and I have special guests today. I got Will and
Bret.
We are going to talk to you guys a little bit about coffee. I brought my coffee plant from home to tell you guys all about. But first, we have something really important to talk about, and that is the Detroit Lions.
After all these years.
And you guys aren't bandwagon fans. You guys have been fans for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is amazing.
We suffered through all the bad years.
Right.
And
Born and raised here in Flushing, so
Yeah.
Michigan all the way.
All the way.
So Detroit Lions, yeah.
You guys are Michigan Wolverines fans and Lions fans.
Yes. It's been a good couple years.
And well-deserved, well-earned.
What? Like my dad always makes the joke, it's like he was barely remembers anything from when they last won because it was like 56 or 55. And
Right.
He was like 5 years old.
Well, and they didn't go. That was like the Super Bowl wasn't around then.
No,
right?
it wasn't even called the Super
like-
Boll then. It was
yeah.
just the NFL championship.
Yeah.
It wasn't
In the
even called the
50s.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
then-
long ago, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got the curse of Bobby Lane, which, was a huge thing, right? You guys heard about that?
Yeah, did you hear about so they did a commercial with Jeff Daniels and
Yes, I saw that.
and they
with
broke the
bathtub.
curse.
Yes.
And then since that commercial was aired, the Lions have went like 30 and like 5 or something like that. So
What?
Yeah.
Is there truth to that?
it's kind of like the Cubs and the curse of the goat, the Billy Goat or whatever.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, they banned a guy in like the early 1900s from the baseball game because he brought a goat to the game and he told them they would never win a championship again. And it was like 100 and some years before they won
No
one.
way. You don't let me bring my goat. You're cursed.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of people with their
Google's a
service
great tool.
dogs, right? That's my service goat. You will let me bring it to the game.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, hopefully the Lions do it. And
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't watch football, but I'm excited for you
Yeah,
guys.
it's
Yeah, but
exciting.
you got a
Yeah,
house
it's
full of
exciting.
boys, so it'll be on.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, you should
And
have
I
heard.
got a house full of girls, and it'll still be on.
Yeah, you should have heard my my one son during the game just pacing and just, oh my
Freaking
God.
out.
Yeah, they lose their minds about it, but it's exciting and hopefully they get it done.
Yes.
It's been very nice to see.
And to have it at home through
Yes.
the playoffs
Well, it's
while
gonna be
we're
good
in
for the
it.
city.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good for the city.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we need
Yes.
it. We need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I decided today I was going to bring my coffee plant from home
Looks great.
to show everybody this is a real plant.
Yeah.
Right. So my mother-in-law bought me a hydrangea at Sam's over the summer. And I love hydrangeas. And then I see on the side, like the foliage that they put in it. I'm like, that's a coffee plant.
Yeah.
Of course you know.
Right. And I'm like, what is this doing in here? Like as the greenery. I'm like, okay. So I take it out and I plant it. I looked up this morning, a plant this size goes for $100.
Really?
I know. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
You guys, plants are wild. People
Yeah.
buy
Yep.
and spend a lot of money on plants.
Love it.
There's, I know you guys don't care, right? But there's a place called the Rare Plant Fairy in Detroit. They sell plants for like $3,000
Really?
and people buy them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like bonsai. you know?
People spend a lot of money on
trim it.
bonsai.
You got your little
Yeah.
scissors out, buddy?
Please don't trim my plant.
She proves it.
please leave it be. I don't know.
It does look good the way it is.
Yeah, actually, Logan said I should take off the bottom leaves and then put a grow light on it. Now, because this is not outside and it's not at like great
It's not gonna
altitude,
cherry.
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's probably not going to give us any coffee cherries. It takes 3 to 5 years for a coffee tree to produce cherries, which are the beans, right? I think this is about the size of the plant that we planted.
It is.
Right? When
Yeah,
we were
you
in
guys were
Costa
in Costa
Rica.
Rica?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we planted. I'll trust you with my plant again.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you are the company green thumb, Patty. So.
I do have some plants around the office and other people's offices too. You got a lot of windows. Maybe I could put some plants in yours.
Yeah, you got to.
Don't let me touch them.
Well, it's really good for the air. And you know what I read the other day? That your plant knows when you leave and when you come back and they like perk up. Like they did like a science experiment and there's
yeah.
something that like physically happens to your plant when you leave and when you come back. Isn't that weird?
I mean, it is a living organism, so.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, I know.
How does a plant know like I'm here and then I'm not here? I had to take my plant to work day,
So is this a Robusta or is this a?
I think this is Arabica.
Okay.
I think this one did say it was Arabica when
Beautiful.
I have a plant app.
Beautiful.
So when I searched it, the video is slow and jerky. That's not good. Maybe
Morning,
if
Deborah.
Logan's watching, he'll help us. Yeah. Good morning, Deborah. Oh, and I don't think I went live over here, but whatever. Well, I'll save that for another day. I guess I should though, huh? Yeah, sorry about that, Deborah. Maybe if Logan's watching, he'll come and fix it for us. But other than that, we'll just try to barrel
Cruise
on.
on through it.
Yeah, cruise on through it. But yeah, so this plant is a coffee plant, and it's only, I don't know, maybe 8 months old.
Yeah.
Maybe about that old.
So they say it takes 3 to 5 years to get
Yeah.
cherries. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what Logan said this morning, because we're like, oh, we should put a grow light on it here. We should try to grow cherries. And he's like, it'll taste gross because we're at a low altitude, right?
Yeah.
And we know the better
would
coffee
be
grows
sick
at
to
a
have
higher altitude.
room where we brew coffee.
I know,
trees.
right?
I wonder,
Yeah,
would it be different if we got some soil from high altitude? I mean, obviously you'd have to replenish its own nutrients.
So what
and
It's
it
stuff,
is-
got to be the air, though,
It
right?
is. So
That's
what
what I'm
it
thinking.
is, so there's less oxygen up in the higher altitude, so it slows down the respiratory rate of the coffee tree, and it takes longer to develop and mature, and that's what makes it so complex and desirable.
That's what makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So yeah, we could grow this here, and then maybe I'll leave it here. Maybe we should. It'd be fun.
And that's the great part about us, right? Is this is the only type of coffee we carry. Is the stuff that grows high. You know,
that's good
with less
quality.
oxygen.
It almost would be fun to see if we could get it to cherry and then roast it up and see how it tastes.
Yeah.
Just even if it's not good, just to see, right?
Yeah,
just
I'm
to
all about
experiment.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is gonna live here now then, and we're gonna do it.
We'll
And
put it
We
in
got all
the-
the
we'll put it in
machines
the
to like
petition.
test the quality too and everything, obviously. So,
yeah, we do. That'd actually be really fun to do, like compare it to like our good coffee compared to what we can grow here in the the lowlands. You know?
Yeah, the lowlands,
in
of Michigan.
Well, and I was so worried bringing it here today because what is it, like 20 degrees out today?
Yeah.
And this would not do well
No.
in 20-degree weather. Obviously, they don't have that. Sorry, Bill. Yeah, maybe we should not. We'll talk for a few more minutes and we'll log off if it's still going to do this. I'm not sure how to troubleshoot it, unfortunately. On our end, it looks like it's fine, but who knows?
Yeah. We can't tell that it's being choppy.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why, but it always seems to happen when don't have assistance.
Right.
It is what it is. But well, speaking of like some of like the low lying coffee, though, Brazil has had a lot of issues with coffee, I believe, this year, right?
Yep.
And getting coffee. And I think you said the last 4 years have been an issue.
Yeah. So they're coming out of 4 years of not like horrible drought, but slight droughts during rainy season and then extra rain during drought seasons. It's just been a weird mix of weather. And not just Brazil. It's just Brazil kind of like dictates the coffee market and the prices because they produce such a large amount of the commercial coffee. Yeah. Because like even our coffee trader, when I was talking to him, he was like, I was just in Costa Rica. And
it's better. Thank you guys.
Yay.
All right. Thank you for hanging with us. We appreciate it.
I have no idea why.
Yeah, right. But like even when I was talking to our coffee trader, he was just in Costa Rica and he was like, it's dry season. He's like, it rained the entire time I was there.
Really?
Yeah. So there's
too much water is not a good thing. Obviously.
No, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're hitting a little area where there's certain countries are having smaller than expected crops, not no crops, not anything that's concerning really, just less than what they had produced. Because I mean, coming into like 2019, 2020, it was like the largest crop ever.
Really?
And now it's coming down a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Right?
Staying optimistic.
And if there's less coffee, then the prices go
up. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, coffee did hit an all-time high about a month ago for a little bit, and it hadn't been that high since, I don't want to get the date wrong, but I believe it was 78 when there was a huge fungus or something in Brazil, and it killed like 1.5 million trees.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I saw the prices go up, I was like, I got to research what's going on here. Yeah. So, but we're seeing some leveling off a little bit, but it's been interesting. But we've been managing very well, so we've been able to keep our shelves full, keep the green on our floor going, and so we're good to go. So
do you pre-buy to like try to keep the prices low? Is that how that works? Like how far out do you have to pre-buy?
I mean, we could buy buy out. I mean, I could buy stuff that we wouldn't be able to pick up till 2027. It's not even grown yet, right? Yeah. So you buy from contracts. So we price fix that way to help ourselves out. So that way we can stay we can do our best effort, keep them, knock on wood,
So
to stay
coffee's-
under market,
Coffee's
right? Yeah.
flowing for
If
a
you
while,
buy
yeah.
now and it's higher and then the price goes back down, do they adjust your price or
No.
are you locked in at the high price?
You're locked into the high
Oh,
price.
that's so dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gamble. It's gamble.
Sounds like an interest rate I want nothing to do with.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
No, thank you. That's
Yep.
really interesting to know how it works though. And do we buy a lot of coffee from Brazil? Because they're the
Yeah.
biggest producer, right?
We do. It's one of our, I mean, we've always looked at it like our top 5 movers, and it's
Yeah.
definitely in our top 5, right?
Okay.
Like those are our
Yeah.
top 5 that we use in the majority of our coffee, and that's one of the top 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We buy coffee from Brazil, Africa,
Yeah.
Hawaii,
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of
Yep.
Central America.
A lot of Central American.
American.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was at the dentist yesterday and my dentist loves to come in and talk to me while everybody has their hands in my mouth. And he wants to talk about coffee. And I'm like,
I swear they're trained to do that.
Right? I'm like, sir, do you understand what I'm saying? But I told him that my favorite, and I still go by this, and you guys know this, is the La Manita, hands down.
It is
There
your
is
favorite.
something about the way they grow that coffee, that Central American, Costa Rican coffee
It is
sure.
good.
is the best.
Yeah.
It is good.
You're
mean-
a Beanery drinker.
Yep.
You're an espresso drinker.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
liked
basic.
it.
Sorry.
I liked it before
Yeah.
I went to the Mountain in Paradise
Yeah.
and saw where we got it from.
Yeah.
So now that I
Yeah.
saw the Mountain in Paradise where
Yeah.
it comes from, I mean, like it
The
even
mountain
Yeah.
in paradise.
Yeah.
I mean,
love that.
honestly, yeah. It's
But
Yeah.
you're a solid espresso drinker, though.
yeah, I love our espresso.
When we were
Yeah.
in Bloomington, Will we left from Flint. He filled up a cup with espresso, and then we'd have to stop at gas stations so he could fill it with water so we can
So
have
you have his
Americano.
Just Americanos on the
Yeah,
fly.
because
Yeah.
you never want to get stuck with somebody else's espresso or coffee. It's just
Yeah.
foul. I mean,
Yeah.
not everybody, right? Some people source good coffee.
I
And
mean,
good
we
quality.
obviously all have a preference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might be more
Well,
biased.
Yeah, and for
Yeah.
people who aren't familiar with our espresso, a lot of people think it's just good for, pulling shots for
Oh, yeah,
lattes
not
and
true at
stuff.
all, yeah.
But our espresso, it's actually very dynamic.
It's super smooth.
I use it
Yeah.
at home in a pour over in a
Yeah.
French press. I'll just use a regular,
Yeah.
auto drip coffee brewer with it.
Yeah.
I'll pull shots with it too. So for me, it's kind of,
Yeah.
I can use it across the board however I want. So,
Which is awesome.
yeah. So
I remember the
try
first
it
time
out
we were
if you
going to
like.
do that. We're like, what? We're going to brew this as coffee?
Yeah.
We can't do that, I love you. I love that you love La Manita, which by the way,
Yes.
Deborah, did the storm come through? Are you guys good now? How's the weather down there? I know I heard a lot of stores were closing and, some of our stores in that region that when the weather came through
Oh,
closed
yeah.
down because of the weather. So a lot of snow days were happening. So, which by the way, I don't know, my son, like the week before school got out for Christmas, was putting ice cubes in the toilet. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he said, oh, so we get a snow day.
My
and
kids started
it
doing
happened.
that too. I didn't
Yeah.
even hear about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. It's like we didn't
Yeah.
do that when we were kids.
Right, because you're supposed to sleep with your pajamas inside out, right?
But I mean,
What else? Yeah.
we still had to get up and
Oh,
watch it on the
Turkey is
news.
back. I don't know what's happening today, guys. Gotta love the just craziness of it all. Well, anyways, we won't last much longer than if it's going to be jerky, but I just wanted you guys to talk a little bit about coffee pricing and kind of how that happens, how it goes up and down. We don't have anything planned at the moment, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
We're
But
holding
yeah,
steady.
such an
Yeah.
important thing, right? Because we only
Yeah.
think usually that seed to cup process, but that buying part is just such an important part.
It's
in it,
crazy,
too.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
and it's not like
Yeah.
we buy it from someone and they're like just like, oh, every year or whatever, there's just like constant, like steady cadence to the price changes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And yeah, sometimes they go down, sometimes they go up, but
Yeah.
it's buying something from a market is
Yeah.
you're at
Yeah.
the will of the
Sugar,
you're at the will.
oil,
Yep.
all of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Granddad had 2 snow days. Wow. But she loved that.
I'm sure we got some coming
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
we've
sure.
had a
because they have to use them.
we've had
Yeah.
a mild
Mhm.
start to winter kind of around here.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah,
We'll
Will
see
and
how
I
it
were
goes.
outside in short sleeves in Indiana.
Yeah.
The end of October,
Right.
November.
Yeah, November.
I usually
Yeah.
check the almanac to see what it says because more
Yeah.
times than not, and I didn't check it this year.
Yeah. Don't. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep it short if our video is gonna go out. Sorry, guys. I just don't want to
Yeah,
subject you to a bad video
Yeah.
quality. And I'll talk to Logan to see
it's
if we can
okay.
figure out
Patty
what's
just
going
wants
on.
to cut it short because it's me and Will.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually
Just
enjoying
kidding.
our conversation. I wish I didn't have
Yeah,
to,
thank you
but
for
I
hanging out,
hate that
everybody. We appreciate you.
it's not good
Yes.
quality. So,
Yes.
all right, we'll figure it out, and you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week.
See you
All right,
next
guys.
week.
See you.
Bye.